Hello everybody, my name is Sheila from Inner Balance Sacred Space. Welcome to Magical Mondays. So we've just completed a session going through the chakras, and I have now decided that our next adventure will be about the 8 limbs. So yoga is about the union between the mind, the body and the spirit. And thousands of years ago there was a sage called Patanjali, and he wrote the foundations, the very foundations of yoga philosophy and what it should entail. So these were wrote down as Yoga Sutras, and it's an 8-step system for the inner workings to the art of living yoga. So if you were like me, many years ago I was introduced to yoga, and I just thought of it as a way of keeping flexible and strong. To me it was just a form of exercise, and I'm talking about many years ago. And then if you really get into the structure of yoga, you realise that asana, the physical practice that we do, is just like the tip of the iceberg. It's just that little bit that pokes out of the sea, and you don't realise that underneath, like an iceberg, there's this whole other new world that's all about yoga. So yes, it's not just a physical system of keeping your mind and your body in a place of calm, or keeping your strength up, or working on your flexibility. I mean, that's absolutely fine if that is what you want to do, but before I started teaching, I then got into all this background knowledge, and I thought, yeah, that is what I want to do. So as a teacher, I like to try and encompass everything about yoga that I possibly can. So we're going to start off with these Yoga Sutras, and I'm going to try my hardest to try and bring them to you in a simple way. So to start with, it is called the 8 limbs. So there's 8 limbs to these Yoga Sutras, and we start right at the bottom. If you think about a tree, and you can see many of these online, you just need to Google it, and you will see Patanjali's 8 limbs of yoga. And we have right at the bottom yamas, niyamas, then we have asana, which is a physical practice, pranayama, breathing, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and then samadhi right at the top. So I'm not going to go into all of these right now. We are going to just start at the bottom and work our way up. So this Magical Monday series is based around these 8 limbs. And we are going to start with the yamas and the niyamas. So these are about your the foundational ethical rules that we would like to live by. And the yamas are about universal morality, and the niyamas are about observances that we should also encompass. So within each of these, the yamas and the niyamas, there are 5 rules. So we are going to start with the yamas. It's right at the bottom of the tree, and we're going to work our way up in a systematic way. So the first yama is Ahimsa. So remember, I said there's 5 rules within yama and niyama. We're going to first start with the first rule within yama. So yama is about universal morality, and this first yama is called Ahimsa, and this means compassion for all living beings. So I'm going to try and incorporate some different practices, and there's only so much I can do on YouTube, but if you really want to know how to bring more of this quality of Ahimsa into your daily living, please join my private Facebook group. So there is a little link on the video on my channel, and this is where you're going to find some bonus material of how to bring this quality more into your life, because I don't really want to be talking about that on this recording. So we are going to start with Ahimsa. So Ahimsa, like I've just said, is compassion for all living beings. So that is you, other people, animals, everything that has a beating heart. And probably much wider than that, actually, to be quite honest. It is about being non-violent, non-harming, and of course it doesn't just include everybody else, but it also includes yourself. And it is about our thoughts, our words, and our actions. So we are going to start by using the wall to lean against, and this is going to be one of the focuses throughout this session. So usually when we do a physical yoga practice, we do it in the middle of the room. We use props, but we are relying on our strength. So Ahimsa means being a little bit more kinder to yourself. So today's practices are going to be just that. So we're going to use the floor, we're going to use the wall, and I'm going to introduce you to a few other little things as well along the way. So I'd like you to use the wall to lean against, instead of being in the middle of the room and relying on staying nice and straight. So think about being a little bit more kinder to yourself during this session. So let's start by coming into, and even to the point of having your legs crossed. If you don't want to have your legs crossed, you're more than welcome to bring them out in front of you, perhaps not cross your legs. Okay, so you just find something that is comfortable for you. use a wall to lean up against, and going to bring your hands into Lotus Mudra. So Lotus Mudra is a mudra for the heart. So the practices today are going to be, a lot of them are going to be heart-centered, because this is where we feel compassion for ourselves and other people. So Lotus Mudra is where you bring your hands together, and you want to bring your little fingers together and then your thumbs together, and then you open up the middle of your hand. So you're making like a little flower, like a lotus flower. You bring your hands to your heart space. So this Lotus Mudra is a mudra of the heart, and it is associated with purity. So if you think about a lotus flower, where they are, they're on ponds, muddy, dark ponds, and this lotus flower blooms out of this darkness, and that is what this signifies, purity, as it blooms from the deep, dark waters, muddy waters. So pressing your thumbs into your heart space, leaning against the wall, close your eyes and just start to feel into the heart space and breathe naturally. Try not to let your mind run away with other thoughts. Feel your thumbs pressing against that heart space, so you become aware of the heart space. Be aware of your Lotus Mudra. And maybe start to breathe a little deeper, like you are breathing in directly into that heart space. So you're starting to feel the heart. I'd like you to think about love and compassion. Think about when you breathe in, think about love and compassion. And that you're directly breathing in this love and compassion into your heart. And if you're having trouble breathing in love and compassion for yourself, think about someone that you love dearly. And think about that love for them, and then try and breathe that in for yourself. you're doing is really filling up your own cup. So you've all heard that you cannot help other people unless you help yourself first. You cannot give people self-care unless you give yourself self-care first. It's about being in that place of being able to give care to other people, so you're not running on empty and just giving out. So doing these sort of practices like self-care and self-love and compassion first to yourself is really not selfish. You should be able to give to yourself first before you start giving to other people. And this is really one of those things that we don't do, especially in the modern world. So breathing in love and compassion into your heart space. So let go of that practice. Drop your hands. Our next practice is about giving the heart area a massage. So you're going to bring your hand up to your heart space. You're also going to bring your other hand down onto your belly. So this is from TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, and you're just going to slowly start massaging. I suppose this is a little bit like tapping. Brings awareness to that space. It's also very soothing. To the body, to the mind. May want to change hands. Using the palm of your hand to massage. Just release that practice. Put your hands in your lap. Just close your eyes. Just feel that residual energy that's floating around. Should be feeling all nice and warm, maybe a little bit gooey. We're going to do a little bit of a physical practice, and like I said, it's all about non-harming, non-violence, and compassion. So we're going to use the wall for our practice today. So first of all, come up into a standing position. And you're going to lean against the wall. I'm going to show you probably in 2 different directions. Have your feet hip distance apart. Lean the base of your spine against the wall. Put the hands on your knees. Use the wall as support, and we're going to do a few rounds of cat-cow. So you can inhale, bring your chest out. Exhale, tuck under, chin to chest. Inhale, release your belly, arch your spine. Exhale, tuck under and contract. Last one. You may need to just adjust your position a little, but keep your knees really bent as we come into a forward fold. So remember, we're not doing anything really straight and rigid. It's all very soft and gentle, almost a little bit like yin yoga. So leaning against the wall, have your knees bent, feet hip distance apart, maybe a little wider if you want to. Relax your head and your neck. Feel the wall supporting you as you fold over. Arms and hands are soft. Relax the muscles in your face. Let your head dangle, so no pressure on your neck. So see if you can just drop down and become heavy. You can sink deeper. I'm going to slowly come down to the floor, but I need you to bring one of your hips right up against the wall. So we're going to do some stuff up against the wall. First one is Baddha Konasana, so butterfly pose. So you want to get your hips right up close. Spin yourself around. If your neck feels uncomfortable, you can always put something underneath your head. Make sure there's not too big a gap between the sit bones and the wall, so you can have 1 inch, maybe 2 inches, but yeah, no more than that. And then bring the soles of your feet together. And just prop your knees up using your hands and your elbows. And just stay here in a gentle hip opener. And as we are being very gentle with ourselves, you can close your eyes. Maybe as your hips become a bit more stretched and warm, your heels may sink a little bit closer to the floor. Make sure everything is relaxed. Your toes and your feet should be relaxed. Try and support the knees so you can try and relax into the hip sockets, particularly if you lack a little bit of flexibility in your hips. Sometimes we can guard things, and then when we guard things and don't let go, we cause more stress to the body. Be here for a few more breaths. And from here you're going to stretch one leg up, so we're doing wide legs. So this is one reason why you want to be as close to the wall as possible. So legs are leaning up against the wall. Just have your knees a little bit soft so they're not dead straight. And again, because the legs become heavy, they're going to stretch and weigh down. Just press your heels up against the wall. Again, you can support your legs underneath your knees and put your elbows into the floor, and make sure you're not stressing and straining your arms to keep your legs there. Close your eyes. Just enjoy the wall assisted stretching. the wall as your hips and the inside of your thighs gently start to stretch. Of course, if it gets too much for you, then bring your legs back up again. A few more breaths. Very slowly bend into the legs. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little bit of a hug. Roll to whichever side is good for you in the space that you have. Slowly come up to standing. Going to stretch into the upper part of the body, so you need to be a little bit away from the wall. Bring your hands up. You're going to stretch into your shoulders and your chest. Now, a bit like you're doing downward facing dog with your upper body, maybe not downward facing dog, maybe half dog. So just easing into the shoulders, feeling the stretch. Maybe into the arms, underneath the armpits, the upper back, the chest. Just experiment. Slowly come down. Move from side to side. Try and keep your tummy muscles a little bit engaged. And then every now and again you can slowly move your feet away from the wall. Until you come into this nice position here, which is very much now like downward facing dog. Now make sure you're not pushing through the back of your knees. Have your knees a little bit soft. You can have them bent if you want. For me, when I teach downward facing dog, a lot of people have tight backs and back of the legs. So I always emphasise that it's about having a nice lengthened spine. Not to worry too much about what is going on with the bottom half of your body. As long as you are grounded and feeling strong in the position that you're in. And then just to ease out of this, because that is quite a nice stretch, just come back over into your forward fold against the wall. Let everything hang, be soft like a rag doll. I'm going to do one more posture. Slowly come up. We're going to do tree pose. So tree pose, I've chosen tree pose because I've just gone through the autumn equinox, time of balance, equanimity. Also, balances do propose a problem for a lot of people. And I'm not ashamed to say that sometimes when I'm teaching a class, my balance is a little bit off, particularly when you're trying to look out the corner of your eye at what other people are doing, when you're demonstrating something and you're talking at the same time. You know, it can really throw your balance off. So we're going to do tree pose using the wall. Okay. So you want to stand up against the wall here. Have a little bit of space. You're going to ground into your left leg and bring your foot into a comfortable position. So I would normally say start at your ankle or up a little bit further towards your knee, or even come into the thigh position. Definitely do not do the thigh position today, because we want to cultivate kindness to ourselves. So either on your ankle or on your calf. And because you have the wall to help you balance, it should be a lot easier. But be nice and strong. Okay, think about standing in Tadasana, where you feel nice and strong and tall like a mountain. Have your right hand on the wall. And what we're going to do is bring our left arm over, and we're going to go into a little side stretch. So try and reach over a little bit, and perhaps have your tips of your fingers from your left hand touching the wall. Make sure this shoulder doesn't drop forwards. If it does, I want you to try and look up past your armpit and perhaps not have that arm up at all. You know, if it means that you're doing this. It's a nice little side stretch in tree pose. And release. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So standing nice and tall, think about Tadasana, tummy muscles engaged, left hand on the wall, and bring the other arm over if you're going to touch the wall into a side stretch. Don't let the shoulder drop forwards. Release. Okay, the ultimate self-care posture, legs up against the wall. Okay, you cannot do anything more kinder to your mind, your body, your soul than doing legs up the wall. So I would recommend doing this for a good 5 to 10 minutes. Obviously we're not going to be doing that because this is meant to be a shorter practice, but we're just going to stay up there for a couple of minutes. You're more than welcome to do this on your own, in your own time. Pause the recording, because we're going to do a lovely little relaxation in a minute, all about compassion and self-love. So to get yourselves up against the wall again, you want to bring your hips right up close, spin yourself around, legs up the wall, put anything under your head like a blanket, a pillow, a block if you need it, particularly if you have a habit of your chin sticking up in the air, then you're causing a contraction in your neck. So nice long neck. When you bring your legs up against the wall to rest, I would recommend that you have them bent at the knees. So you don't want your legs dead straight like this, because I find that then you start to get a feeling of your knees being pushed up against the wall. So I always recommend bending your knees and letting your legs then just sink down towards your hip sockets. So everything is soft. Arms beside you, palms up. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Love and compassion into your heart space. And now just scan your body, make sure your toes are relaxed. Your feet are relaxed. Your ankles are soft. Your lower legs are relaxed. Your knees are bent and soft. Your upper thighs are relaxed. And your legs are heavy. Heavy, so heavy that you can feel the back of your body, the back of your lower body being pushed in to the earth. The whole of your spine should be making contact from the back of your pelvis, the sacrum, all the way up through the lower back to the middle of the back, the upper back, the back of the shoulders, all resting and heavy on the floor. Arms are soft, hands are soft, fingers are gently curled. This legs up the wall is a great practice to do. If you're feeling stressed, tired, had a busy day, your legs are aching, your feet are aching, it's really amazing for a little bit of constructive rest. 5 to 10 minutes is all you basically need. We are just going to stay here for another few breaths. We are going to do a little mini relaxation in moments. I wouldn't recommend that you stay in this position for that relaxation. I would like you to come into a Shavasana in a moment. I hope you can all feel how this feels. Such a lovely posture to do. And if you haven't got a wall, you can put your lower legs on the chair, so you're still basically doing the same thing. Right, slowly come out. And find yourself into a nice, comfortable Shavasana. Use pillows, blankets, whatever you need. And gently close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your breath. And just follow the soft sound of your breath as you inhale and exhale through your nose with ease. So don't take control, just breathing in and out naturally. Feeling the rise and fall of your chest as you inhale and exhale. Letting your body become soft and heavy and relaxed. Notice your body releasing any tension it may feel. Relax your face, your jaw, your neck and your shoulders, your arms, your back, the chest and abdomen, your legs, and your feet. Just feel yourself settle deeper and deeper into comfort. Imagine that you are standing on a patch of soft green grass. You are alone, but you are also very, very safe. And you can smell the fresh scent of flowers on the wind. And you can smell the earth all around you. You can feel the sun gently warming your skin. Every part of your skin. Because as you stand here, you are completely naked, but you are in a safe space. You can feel the gentle breeze caressing your skin. You open your arms wide and you look up into the sky above. Your heart space stretching open to the world. But you can see these clouds starting to slowly roll in. And as you stand there with your arms open, you begin to feel little droplets of rain starting to hit your skin. The raindrops are a little cool and refreshing. And you let your head tilt back even further. And you slowly start to spin around in a circle. And you welcome and open yourself to receive the rain. Because every little raindrop comes with an affirmation of self-love. Just let the words shower you with love. I love you. I love your body. I love your smile. I love your kind heart. I love your wisdom. I love your mistakes. I love your light. And I also love all of your dark parts. I love everything about you. I love you. I love you just the way you are. Here you are standing, beautiful, naked, just beautifully beautifully imperfect. And covered in little raindrops of love from yourself. I love you just the way you are. Take a moment to bring yourself back up, moving into your body a little bit, maybe rolling onto your side. Coming up into a comfortable seat. And again, I would like you to lean back up against the wall. And you're going to close your eyes, and this time you're going to bring your hands onto your heart space. So one hand on top of the other. And again, like the affirmations in relaxation, I would like you to say these to yourself. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be well. And now think about someone you love. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you be well. And now finally expand this out to all living beings. May we be happy. May we be peaceful. May we be well. May we be happy. May we be peaceful. May we be well. And just lastly, may I live with ease. Feel this in your heart. May I find deep joy. May I be free of suffering. May I feel safe. Thinking about kindness and compassion, linked to our first Yama of Ahimsa, which is compassion to all living beings, non-harming, non-violence. Release that practice. Bring your arms out, inhale, and exhale. Give yourself a hug. Inhale, cross over in the other direction. Give yourself a lovely little hug. So that concludes our practice for today. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about the practice of Yama. And like I said, if you want to know a little bit more in how you can incorporate it a little bit more into your life without going off headstrong into this deep world of yoga, then please join my Facebook group. And if you really like what I do and you like my channel, please subscribe and like it. Thank you. Namaste.